I believe his contract is coming to an end. So hopefully we can come together and I can take him to that next level.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens.
Y'all, what you think? Like 147, 140?
Nah, hell no.
You think
135?
35, 40, I don't know. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Yeah, I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too, so it's
Then
like,
you gonna get it on.
yeah.
Shakur Stevenson has reportedly signed Mayweather Promotions and called out Gervonta Davis for a fight later this year. Everyone's eager for this boxing match to happen, and there's no reason it shouldn't. Both fighters are prominent names in the sport today. Granted, Gervonta might hold a slightly higher status. However, Shakur is right on his heel.
If there's a gun in your head, when are we gonna see the Shakur Tanks, the Shakur Devin, the Devin Tanks?
There's only one fight that is really
The one?
bad. Like, if we were like gonna be for real about it, like,
keep it honest.
What's the fight?
my opinion,
Yeah.
because we talking about like skill and like boxing, like all around boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because we ain't talking about somebody that just got a good jab or what.
Yeah.
We talking about like all
I
around.
can do everything.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah.
Me and Tank
It's the fight.
biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world.
Like Davis, Stevenson, the Newark-born southpaw, is also a lightweight champion, making a unification bout even more logical. Nonetheless, Davis has expressed some reservations about the potential showdown. Shakur is set to make his ring return next week, nearly 6 months after clinching his third world championship title. This interim period has been anything but dull, marked by his surprising announcement of retirement. Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis has wrapped up another successful title defense. Stevenson recently had an in-depth conversation with renowned boxing journalist Kevin Iole, where they inevitably discussed Tank's remarks during the post-fight press conference for the Frank Martin bout. In 2007, the Nat Fleischer Award was presented to the WBC lightweight champion, who recently shared insights into the preparations for his upcoming title defense. The conversation touched on the wave of criticism he encountered following his bout with Edwin de los Santos. Particularly, his swift defensive maneuvers became a significant topic of discussion. However, the main issue was that many interpreted it as running, rather than appreciating the skillful boxing techniques of a renowned defensive boxer. Among those critics was Gervonta Davis. During the post-fight conference of his recent match, when asked for his thoughts on a potential matchup with Stevenson, Davis responded, "You know how it would go. Everybody in this room knows how it would go." He later acknowledged that a bout between them would be beneficial for the sport. Kevin Iole began by expressing his deep admiration for Shakur Stevenson, noting that he considers Stevenson to be at the pinnacle of the P4P rankings. Despite this high regard, Iole was curious to hear Stevenson's response to Gervonta Davis's recent comments. Kevin said that Gervonta was the one that said it. It wasn't him as a boxing writer or some other fan, or other boxing writer, so that's one of Shakur's peers. Shakur fired back, claiming that Tank might have spoken in that way because he was rather casual. Shakur said that everyone needs to be honest, and when we look at him, only then we can really understand. Moreover, Shakur elaborated that Davis's remarks might stem from his limited understanding of boxing, rather than indicating a low boxing IQ.
But having said that, Gervonta Davis was the one that said it. It wasn't me as a boxing writer or some other fan or other boxing writer. So that's one of your peers. Do you think Gervonta?
No, he's a casual though. Like Tank is a casual. We got to be honest. Like, when we like look at him and really understand, like you could be a special boxer, but don't really have like the IQ and I ain't gonna say IQ, but like the boxing knowledge. As I say boxing knowledge.
He then provided an example, referencing the Isaac Cruz and Rolando Romero bout. Before the match, Gervonta Davis predicted Romero's victory, having previously faced both fighters. Davis likely believed Romero had the edge due to his superior strength. He confidently stated that Rolando Romero would deliver a knockout to Pitbull Cruz. Shakur highlighted, nonetheless, that these viewpoints have to be recognized for what they are, only informal beliefs. He said that it is a casual opinion. However, he added that someone who is well-versed in boxing would realize that Isaac Cruz would not have let Rolly Romero get away with it so easily.
Yeah. In my brain, how I look at him, like he's a talented, special fighter who got like God-given abilities. But like, as far as like boxing knowledge and all of that, like I watched him. He fought. Let's say this how I can put it, right. He fought Rolly Romero and he fought Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Before the fight, when they was fighting each other, he picked Rolly Romero to win because of his power. And that's what he basically said. Like Rolly is, he's gonna knock him out. his power because he's saying like Rolly was stronger. But that's a casual opinion. Like, if you really think about it, it's a casual opinion.
Pitbull's a hard guy to hit.
It wasn't a trick question or hard to pick for the trained eye. So that's how thoughts and casual conversation flow. Like a Gervonta Davis brain, good fighter, but he's a casual. So, yeah, of course. He gonna say what the casual says? He reads the tweets and listens to the casual fans. And, casual, he closed.
Pitbull pressure and standing right in front of you, not moving out of the way of the power. He's going right to it. Stylistically, it's a no-brainer fight. Like, it's a no-brainer. Like, if you know boxing, you know Pitbull was going to do that to Rolly. Like, it wasn't a trick question. It wasn't a hard-to-pick-em fight. But I'm just, like, explaining to you, like, the casual and, like, Gervonta Davis brain. Good fighter, but he's a casual. So, yeah, of course, he's going to say what the casuals say. He reads the tweets and listens to the casual fans and casual.
Shakur Stevenson is anticipated to have an easy victory over Artem Harutyunyan. Naturally, the question arises, who will be his next opponent? There are rumors about a potential bout between Gervonta Davis and Vasyl Lomachenko. If Tank Davis emerges victorious, he might aim to challenge Stevenson for the WBC title. However, the pressing question remains, can he truly contend with a formidable and astute adversary like Tank Davis? Discussing Shakur Stevenson, Stephen A. Smith acknowledged the widespread acclaim for the WBC lightweight champion as an elite defensive boxer. However, he emphasized that the reality is, I haven't watched him enough to dissect and really encapsulate his skill set, said Smith. Stylistically speaking, the impending Davis-Stevenson bout promises to rank among the finest of recent memory, until these two fighters face off. Distinguishing between casual fans and true aficionados of boxing will remain a challenge. Meanwhile, Shakur warned against underestimating Harutyunyan. Kevin brought up Stevenson's upcoming free agency after his next fight. He mentioned how several promoters were eager to secure him and asked if this heightened interest was adding any extra pressure on him. In response, Stevenson explained that he is taking everything one step at a time. He said that his main focus is July 6th because promoters wouldn't be hyping him up if he didn't perform. Iole questioned whether Harutyunyan's narrow defeat to Martin the previous year made him more dangerous later in the discussion. Stevenson responded that he is very dangerous. To Iole's query, even the Martin bout, according to Stevenson, was very close and might have gone either way.
Honestly, I'm taking everything one step at a time. I mean, pressure either busts pipes or makes diamonds. So, honestly, I look at it like it is what it is. They could they could say whatever they want, and you know, at the end of the day, I still gotta go out there and perform. If I go out there and lose, them promoters not gonna be talking like that. So, at the end of the day, the main focus is July 6th. We got a tough fighter in Artem, got real good feet.
Stevenson even asserts that Harutyunyan could have won the fight if it weren't for Harutyunyan's decision to withdraw due to exhaustion in the last round. Thus, even though Shakur Stevenson has more fights than losses and is the overwhelming favorite heading into the match, the Newark native believes that he is a good fighter, definitely dangerous. Stevenson has already shared his opinions about losing out on two significant bouts that may have elevated his career.
I think it would have been Artem won the fight. So, honestly, from what I watched, I think that he's a good fighter. Definitely dangerous. I see him now. He's training at Top Rank Gym in Las Vegas. So he's putting himself in a type of environment to come in there at his best.
With Davis's outstanding performance over Martin earlier this month, the bout against Vasyl Lomachenko of Ukraine is progressing swiftly. Therefore, Stevenson responded, "Honestly, I don't care. It is what it is," when Boxing Scene questioned him about his feelings about skipping bouts against the two best competitors in his division. It is what it is, really, claiming he is fighting for himself and not for money or clout. Stevenson added, "I don't give a about that shit. I know that my time will come." Stevenson was upbeat, saying that Davis will eventually have to fight him, and that would be his chance to become a great fighter. Stevenson has long set his sights on Lomachenko, viewing a clash with the IBF lightweight champion as inevitable. While he eagerly awaits Top Rank to arrange the bout, complications loom following his latest tussle under the Promotions banner. Stevenson said, "I think me and Lomachenko should be next and unify." I think that's a Lomachenko question, though. His team has to accept the fight. Despite not being Shakur Stevenson's most significant bout, the upcoming Artem Harutyunyan fight has captured his undivided attention. He refuses to underestimate the German boxer, displaying unwavering focus. Moreover, Stevenson sees this match as an opportunity for a triumphant comeback following his disappointing performance against Edwin de los Santos last year. However, promoter Bob Arum is eyeing an ambitious matchup for his fighter, Shakur Stevenson. Should Stevenson triumph over Artem Harutyunyan on July 6th, Arum aims to pit him against two other revered champions in the 135-pound category, Gervonta Davis and Vasily Lomachenko. However, Arum's likelihood of arranging matches between Shakur and either Lomachenko or Tank Davis seems remote at this point. Stevenson has gained a reputation as a defensive-minded boxer, preferring to avoid exchanges at any expense. Both Tank and Lomachenko are uninterested in pursuing Shakur across the ring, wary of matches that might disappoint fans with Stevenson's cautious style. Arum said, "Lomachenko now has one of the lightweight titles, and he and Davis would be a massive fight for Shakur. Those fighters seem ready and willing to fight each other." In November last year, Shakur's bout against Edwin de los Santos at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas was met with resounding boos from the crowd, who criticized him for evading the slugger throughout the entire match. Throughout his career, Shakur has consistently adopted a risk-averse approach, a strategy that has earned him world titles across 3 weight classes. However, this cautious style, reminiscent of fencing, has often drawn criticism for its lack of entertainment value, appealing primarily to fans who appreciate safety-first tactics. Arum faces stiff competition in the race for Shakur's services, yet Matchroom promoter Eddie Hearn stands out by expressing a keen interest in signing the 2016 Olympic silver medalist, even though his stable currently lacks notable contenders in the 135 or 140 weight classes for Shakur to face. Hearns finds himself with just Andy Cruz in the lightweight division, a fighter who lacks widespread recognition. A matchup with Cruz would pose significant risks for Stevenson. Cruz mirrors his highly defensive counterpunching style but packs more punch. Some argue Cruz is a refined version of Shakur, minus Stevenson's outspoken demeanor and boastful flair. Arum said, "I want to see a real top performance from Shakur. It's an exciting fight. Shakur could be better off going to another promoter who can try to find out how to make him become a draw if Arum lets him go." Right now, Arum would be struggling to locate any well-known figures who could persuade Shakur to re-sign him to a new deal. Bob Arum, the famed promoter, appears reluctant to jeopardize Teofimo Lopez's or Keyshawn Davis's careers by pitting them against Shakur, potentially derailing their fan-drawing potential. It's understandable why Arum isn't rushing to match them against the talented New Jersey native, who excels in outboxing opponents. "I know if he goes in and pecks way, you can beat anybody, but that doesn't entertain people, and professional boxing is part entertainment, so I want him to engage in an entertaining fight," said Arum about wanting Shakur to fight in a more entertaining, engaging style in his fights instead of his usual hit and not get hit manner. Heating. Arum is unaware that altering Shakur's fighting style is impossible now. It's deeply ingrained. Any attempt to make him less mobile would be detrimental, akin to Roy Jones Jr.'s struggle in his later career, when his mobility declined, leaving him vulnerable against stationary opponents. Once Jones lost his mobility and speed, he found himself repeatedly knocked out. The same vulnerability awaits Shakur. Without the ability to engage effectively, he risks being outmatched by the stronger, tougher fighters in the 135 and 140 weight classes. By taking on Gervonta, Shakur is laying the groundwork for what might turn out to be the biggest boxing match of all time. He aims to boost his visibility for a chance at the WBA Lightweight World Championship, boldly warning Davis of a potential rude awakening if they meet in the ring. He believes their bout, a traditional matchup between an undefeated slugger and a boxer, will go down in sports history as a major occasion. But because of Stevenson's alleged technical shortcomings, Davis dismisses Stevenson's possible challenge as an easy battle. When asked if the 26-year-old challenger would be his most difficult opponent to date, Davis made fun of Stevenson's skills during an interview on Najee's podcast, Cigar Talks. Tank responded negatively when asked about the possibility of fighting Shakur, stating that Shakur hadn't shown him anything significant, questioning his power and defense, and remarking that Shakur was lacking in those aspects.
You think that's gonna be your hardest fight?
Hell no.
Nah?
Wow.
Cause he a good boxer, nigga. Like that's when I look at y'all two as the best in the division.
How? Show me something that he did spectacular. Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me.
Right,
his power not outrageous.
Okay.
What defense?
You think he got defense?
He just jumped back. You never see him slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up, move around. He don't got no technique. And his offense is the same thing. Go look at his fights.
So you
I
feel like
probably
that's
put him on
easy
game,
work?
probably tighter than that. Yeah,
Hold on, but you feel like it's easy work though. You like,
come on, bro.
yeah.
Bro, I touched him with 16-ounce gloves on, and he ran. Imagine if I hit him with 8 ounces. The guy is here too.
Stevenson was offended by these comments and responded to the complaints on his X account, saying it would be a rude awakening when fight night comes. In the months of frequent exchanges between them, experts speculate that these provocations could culminate in a showdown, offering Stevenson an opportunity to demonstrate if his passion is enough to confront one of the world's top pound-for-pound fighters. The clash between Davis and Stevenson is hailed by many as one of boxing's most anticipated matchups, even more so after this week's heated exchanges on social media. The largest fights, however, are frequently postponed in order to potentially become commercial powerhouses, even though the contestants do not square off when it would be at its most intense. Boxing Scene questioned top-rank CEO Todd DeBoeuf on the likelihood of a meeting between Tank and Stevenson in the future. He said, "I hope so. I think it makes sense. I think those weight classes between 130 and 140 pounds are brilliant. I think there's a lot of moving and shaking going on there. I think they are all touching the weight classes and can touch all of them. Their size is good enough that they can drop in weight to lose 3 to 5 pounds and move up in weight to gain 3 to 5 pounds. DeBoeuf mentioned that there was potential for fun in the situation, but emphasized the need to manage everyone's expectations. He added, "We can talk about one day Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad were going to fight again. They were going to do a rematch. One day Floyd Mayweather and De La Hoya were going to do a rematch. And you don't want it to be the Mike Tyson-Lennox Lewis situation, where it was one day, but one day too long." Moreover, DeBoeuf expressed his belief in the significance of hometowns, highlighting a historical perspective. He mentioned the tradition of supporting hometown fighters, citing examples such as Floyd Mayweather's bouts in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Miguel Cotto's annual fights in Puerto Rico. According to him, maintaining these connections is crucial for consistency and relevance, drawing a comparison to the Lakers consistently playing in Los Angeles rather than in San Francisco or Dallas, which would seem incongruous. He concluded, "So I think it's nice to have a natural place, natural fight audience, great base. That's New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts areas, such a fertile ground for fight fans. So we love just being out east. I think he's one of the great fighters in today's day and age. People appreciate that and they'll show up." On the other hand, Gervonta Davis is being urged by Shakur to stop ducking him and take the battle. Shakur conveyed to Tank that his issue isn't with his former promoter, Floyd Mayweather. Instead, he urged Tank to concentrate on facing him in the ring. Tank has been engaged in a weeks-long verbal joust with Shakur, though his underlying intent remains murky. Shakur issued a challenge to Tank, clarifying that Tank's concern should not involve Floyd Mayweather. Shakur mentioned he is eager to face Tank and urged him to arrange the fight, stating that he had been active on social media about it and was now tired of discussing it. He encouraged Tank to stop avoiding the fight and to agree to make it happen.
Say, man, look, man. Your beef is not with Floyd Mayweather. You sitting here beefing with Floyd. It's a fighter out here that's been calling your name that want to fight you. Gervonta Tank Davis, let's make the fight happen, man. I'm tired of tweeting. I'm tired of talking about it. Stop ducking me and let's make the fight happen, man. Come on.
Fans have grown weary of the prolonged delay in the Tank versus Shakur showdown. Evidently, the impasse lies with Tank Davis, who has shown little inclination to face the defensive maestro or any formidable challenger. Stevenson's persistent pursuit of a bout with Baltimore's own Tank Davis might suggest an unyielding determination, rather than a lesson learned. This tenacity mirrors the scarcity of marquee PPV contenders in the lightweight division. When Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia ascended to the 140-pound division, they left Shakur with slim pickings in terms of PPV-worthy opponents, aside from Tank. Gervonta, known for careful career, maneuvers over 11 years, has shown no ambition to alter his management's cautious matchmaking approach. Tank's career thrives on igniting fan excitement through bouts with seemingly easy opponents, often leveraging other fighters like Shakur merely as pawns to stir interest. Floyd Mayweather initially mentored Gervonta Davis in his early career, but now Mayweather is looking to sign one of Davis's main rivals. Until 2022, Davis was promoted under Floyd's Mayweather Promotions. However, the Baltimore native announced a split from his mentor, marking an amicable departure. Subsequently, their relationship soured, leading to public exchanges of verbal insults on social media. Shakur Stevenson, Tank's lightweight opponent, has also lost his respect, according to Tank, who claims that Stevenson talks too much and flees from bouts. On the Come and Talk to Me show, Mayweather emphasized Davis's formidable power advantage, while declaring Shakur as unequivocally the most skilled fighter. Floyd stated that, in his opinion, the hardest puncher at 135 pounds is Gervonta "Tank" Davis, while the most skillful fighter in that weight class is undoubtedly Shakur Stevenson. He emphasized that boxing is ultimately about skills, comparing Stevenson to Pernell Whitaker, who wasn't known for his punching power but was exciting, tough, and fought top competitors. Floyd added that Stevenson is attempting to follow a similar path by seeking out fights with the best in the division.
The two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 would probably be Gervonta "Tank" Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 would be hands down Shakur Stevens.
And what is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there. He's asking, can he fight the best?
Moreover, Floyd acknowledged that he wanted to sign the three-weight world champion in order to advance. Floyd mentioned that he believes Stevenson's contract is nearing its end. He expressed hope that they could collaborate, allowing him to take Stevenson to the next level and secure the fights that Stevenson desires.
I believe his contract is coming to an end, so hopefully we can come together and I can take him to that next level and give him the fights that he want, and make the fights happen that he want.
Leonard Ellerbe, the former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, has stirred up anticipation in the boxing world with his recent comments about a possible showdown between Tank and Shakur. Known for his candid remarks and deep insight into the sport, Ellerbe's words have sparked speculation and excitement among fans and analysts alike. Both fighters possess impressive records and have garnered significant attention for their skills inside the ring. Davis, known for his knockout power and dynamic fighting style, and Stevenson, celebrated for his technical prowess and strategic approach, represent a clash of styles that promises high drama and intense competition. In a recent interview, Leonard Ellerbe shared his perspective on the potential matchup.
He has a hit list, and he's going to get every one of these guys who y'all say are the top guys. Trust me. Shakur's going to get that work. He asking for it, he going to get that work. But it ain't what he think it is. I can't wait for it to happen, though.
Ellerbe's comments suggest a belief in Davis's ability to handle Stevenson's challenge, emphasizing that Stevenson may not fully understand the magnitude of what he's pursuing. This statement underscores the confidence and strategic planning that typically characterize Davis's approach to his fights.
How confident you are Tank could be fighting someone like a Devin Haney or a Shakur, a Lomachenko next? Do you see that kind of a fight happening for Tank?
All these guys who you guys say are the top guys out there, Tank gonna get every one of these guys. He just can't fight them all in one night. He done already got Ryan Garcia out the way. Next is Frank Martin on the...
Ellerbe's remarks have sparked discussions within the boxing community about the potential outcomes and implications of a Davis versus Stevenson matchup. Analysts and fans are weighing in on each fighter's strengths, weaknesses, and what the fight could mean for the future of their respective careers. Meanwhile, Shakur stands out as one of the most promising young talents in the sport, drawing inspiration from the legacy of Floyd Mayweather to fuel his ambitions. The New Jersey native was questioned by the ES News journalist about what motivates him to continue boxing. Stevenson humbly noted, "Yeah, I thought about it, and it's amazing, but lately I've been trying to keep myself motivated and focused and try to tell myself I haven't done nothing when it comes to boxing." He downplays his current achievements, yet harbors ambitious aspirations. Yearning to be recognized among the greats of his time, he draws inspiration from none other than the legendary Mayweather himself. He added, "I just want to put me in the GOAT to be... I heard Floyd Mayweather say, like in an interview, that there will never be another fighter like him. There will never be nobody better than him." Stevenson vividly highlights how money profoundly influences him as an athlete, shaping not only his athletic accomplishments, but also echoing the profound wisdom articulated by the former welterweight champion in his interviews. He said, "Anytime I hear him say such stuff, it kind of motivates me. Get up and go run. Just keep me in the straight path, so." I appreciate Floyd, and I love watching his interviews when he talks. I think that's something that motivates me. It's hardly surprising that Sugar is a significant source of inspiration for Pretty Boy. The legend has consistently supported the young fighter throughout his career. Yet, Stevenson has always been surrounded by an array of gifted fighters renowned for their boxing prowess. In his recent bout against Edwin de los Santos, he found himself accompanied by boxing greats like Floyd Mayweather, Terrence Crawford, and Andre Ward at the fight venue. Images from that moment quickly went viral. What was his reaction to it? Though he hardly could, he would have loved to spend some time with the boxing world's biggest personalities. Still pressed about it, the fighter explained, "I didn't get the chance to enjoy the moment. I didn't get the chance to be in the actual just because of the fact that I was fighting and so much stuff going on." Through it all, his fondness for Mayweather was evident. He went on to add, "He always show up for me, so I appreciate Floyd. I won't talk shit about Floyd. Floyd is the GOAT to me." Meanwhile, recent developments in the boxing world have sparked speculation about a potential partnership between Shakur and Mayweather Promotions, led by the legendary Floyd Mayweather. Stevenson's positive remarks about Mayweather and Mayweather's expressed interest in signing Stevenson have fueled anticipation among fans and insiders alike. As we just saw, Shakur has been vocal about his admiration for Floyd Mayweather's career and achievements. He has reportedly expressed a desire to align himself with Mayweather Promotions, citing Mayweather's influence and expertise in the sport as significant factors. Shakur's admiration for Mayweather extends beyond mere admiration. It represents a strategic move to advance his career. By joining forces with Mayweather Promotions, Stevenson aims to leverage the promotional powerhouse's resources and guidance to propel himself to greater heights in the boxing world. Floyd Mayweather has not been shy about his admiration for Stevenson's talent and potential. In recent statements, Mayweather has indicated a keen interest in signing Stevenson to Mayweather Promotions, recognizing Stevenson's skills as a valuable asset to his promotional stable. Mayweather's interest in Stevenson aligns with his ongoing efforts to cultivate and promote the next generation of boxing superstars. With Stevenson's impressive track record and marketable appeal, Mayweather sees an opportunity to nurture Stevenson's career and elevate him to championship status under the Mayweather Promotions banner. In an old video, we can also see Floyd helping Shakur while he was training. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.